Welcome to Dog Facts and Fun, where every fact hides a story of love. Today, we're diving into something every dog owner wonders about, but few truly understand: how to make your dog truly happy. The secret they can't tell you. You already feed them, walk them, give them toys and a cozy bed. So why do some dogs still look at us with those quiet, longing eyes? What if there's something missing? Something simple but deeply important. Something they've been trying to show you. In silence, scientists found that dogs feel happiest not from things, but from trust, routine, and presence. They don't want more stuff, they want more of you. And if you stay with me until the end, I'll share one moment. A quiet, ordinary moment that revealed what my dog had been asking for all along. You'll never look at their little gestures the same again. Let's begin. 1. Physical trust and touch, where real happiness begins. You might think your dog's happiness starts with play, but it doesn't. It starts with trust. And trust begins with the body, how they rest near you, how they react to your hands, your scent, your stillness. This kind of happiness doesn't wag. It leans in quietly. Some of the happiest dogs don't bounce. They melt into blankets, into laps, into silence. Studies show dogs release feel-good hormones when they're close to people they trust, especially during sleep or soft physical contact. That's not just bonding. That's biology doing its work. So let's start here, where real connection lives, in how your dog lets you near their most vulnerable parts. And what that tells you. Your dog may press against your leg while you sit, or place a paw on your chest without looking. These are not random moments. They're quiet questions. Can I give you my weight? And will you still love me? When they choose to sleep near you, or better on you. It's not just comfort. It's security. Scientists found that dogs sleeping near their humans show lower cortisol levels and deeper rest. Your heartbeat becomes their safe space. So, if you've been unsure about letting them in bed, just know it's not a habit. It's healing. Not every touch is equal, and not every dog likes a pat on the head. In fact, many dogs flinch or tolerate it silently. They'd much rather you scratch under their chin, behind the ears, or near the base of their tail. These are what some call happy zones, places where endorphins release and stress goes quiet. Your touch, when placed right, becomes comfort, not command. And with dogs who've known fear or neglect, it becomes something even more powerful. A reminder that humans can be safe again. That's not a technique. That's a turning point. There's something deeply moving about eye contact with a dog who trusts you. They don't stare often, but when they do and hold your gaze, it's not dominance or challenge. It's connection. Studies show oxytocin, the same hormone tied to maternal bonding, spikes during prolonged eye contact between dogs and their humans. No words, no tricks, just a gaze that says, "You matter to me." And here's the thing, wolves raised by humans don't show this. This is uniquely dog, uniquely yours. So the next time your dog looks at you a little longer than usual, don't look away. Say, "I see you," without a sound. Your scent is their safe place. They know it better than you know your own voice. In MRI scans, dogs' brains light up most when smelling their owner's scent, more than any food, any other dog. To them, your presence has a smell, and that smell means home. So when your dog burrows into your laundry basket or lays on your side of the bed when you leave, they're not misbehaving. They're trying to feel close. They're chasing the feeling of you. And here's something you might not expect: massage. Especially for senior dogs, or those with anxiety. Soft, repetitive touch across the shoulders down the spine can lower blood pressure and improve circulation. But more than that, It calms the soul. You don't need to be a vet tech to do it right. You just need to be present, gentle, and consistent. Over time, your hands become memory, and your dog begins to trust the quiet between touches more than any treat. Maybe you're thinking, my dog already seems happy. They wag their tail. They greet me. Isn't that enough? It's beautiful. But don't stop there. Because when you slow down and learn their love language, when you pet not just to reward, but to listen, you'll unlock a layer of connection that toys could never reach. And here's the truth. Touch isn't just affection. It's medicine. And sometimes, it's the only language a dog still dares to believe in. 2. Emotional presence and communication. The reward they crave. Most, your dog hears your footsteps before anyone else's. They know when you're sad, and they sit closer when you don't say a word. That's not coincidence. That's emotional bonding built not on commands, but attention. You might think treats are the ultimate reward, but studies show many dogs light up more from praise, tone, even a single word spoken kindly. They don't just respond to what we say, they feel how we say it. To them, your voice is music, and your silence can feel like absence. And here's the real twist. Some dogs would give up the treat, just to hear you say, "Good dog." Have you ever talked to your dog like a baby, soft voice, high tone, slow rhythm? You might feel silly, but they don't. In fact, scientists found dogs prefer baby talk to flat or neutral tones. It grabs their attention and holds their heart. Your dog isn't looking for perfect grammar. They're listening for emotion. They can tell when you're distracted, or when you mean every word. When you speak with warmth, they feel it in their body. So go ahead. Say the silly things. Your voice is the only language they truly know. Some dogs wag when praised. Others just soften. But if you watch closely, you'll start to see something deeper. They're always reading you. Dogs don't just understand tone, they smell mood. Scientists found they can detect emotional shifts through scent. Stress, sadness, calm. It's all invisible to you, but not to them. They know when you're truly with them and when you're not. That's why presence isn't about time. It's about attention. 5 minutes of full presence beats an hour of distraction. Now, here's where it gets personal. Some dogs choose treats. Others choose love. A study using brain scans found something fascinating. When offered a treat, or their owner's praise, dogs split into 2 types: food-driven or affection-driven. And the second group, they'll ignore the snack, just to hear your voice. You might already know which one your dog is. And if you're not sure, watch what they go to first when you enter a room. Do they sniff the bag? Or seek your face? So the next time you wonder how to make your dog feel more loved, don't rush to the cabinet. Pause, sit beside them, and speak softly. Say their name like it matters, because to them it always does. If your dog follows you into the kitchen, the garage, the bathroom, they're not hungry, they're not curious, they just don't want to miss you. Because to them, you are the best part of the day. You don't need to do more. You just need to be more present. 3. Instinct exploration and freedom, where joy lives naturally. Have you ever watched your dog pause during a walk? Nose buried in a bush, completely still. That's not distraction. That's focus. And in that moment, they're not just sniffing, they're seeing. A dog's nose is their window to the world. Scientists found that sniffing lowers heart rate and reduces anxiety in dogs. Not walking fast, not fetch, just sniffing. It's how they make sense of their surroundings, how they feel alive. We often rush them forward, But joy for them isn't at the finish line. It's in the pause. If you walk your dog with a short leash every day, you might be limiting more than their movement. Studies show dogs on 16-foot leashes sniff up to 280% more than those on 5-foot ones. And all that sniffing, that's emotional regulation in real time. Think of a long leash not as more space, but more choice, more chances to explore, to follow a trail, to feel free. Not wild, but safe, curious, and content. So next walk, try letting them lead for just a block. Watch how their body changes. Now let's talk about freedom, not chaos, not letting them run wild in traffic, but safe, structured freedom, where instinct is allowed to speak. Let them dig. Let them roll in the grass. Let them sniff that same patch of dirt for a full minute without pulling them away. To you, it might be boring. To them, it's a story unfolding. Chewing is another form of instinctual joy. Bones choose safe toys. They don't just occupy your dog. They ground them. And scientists say chewing even triggers endorphin, release those feel-good chemicals we all need more of. Here's a simple game you can try tonight. Hide treats or kibble around a dark room. Let your dog find them by scent alone. You'll see something beautiful, quiet excitement, full body engagement, and a wag that builds from the belly. This isn't just play. It's instinct given a job. It builds confidence, reduces boredom, and turns a regular evening into an adventure. And best of all, it only takes 5 minutes. You don't need fancy puzzles. Just permission to let your dog be a dog. Every dog was bred for something. Herding, hunting, carrying, digging. And even if your couch-loving pup has never seen a sheep, those drives still live inside them. So give them little jobs. Let them carry a toy during walks. Let them help you find socks. Let them bark when someone's at the door, then praise them for being alert. When a dog gets to use their body for a purpose, even a small one, it feeds their spirit, not just their muscles. If your dog is a rescue, you may have noticed something else. They hesitate to play. They sniff less, explore less, hesitate more. That's not stubbornness. That's fear. Fear of doing the wrong thing, of being punished, of being left again. But over time, with soft encouragement and space to try, they begin to explore. The tail loosens. The nose engages, the eyes sparkle, and one day they stop asking for permission and just go. That's healing. And you made it possible. So the next time your dog sniffs too long or rolls in the dirt or buries a toy in your garden, take a breath before pulling them back. Ask yourself, what are they trying to feel right now? Because the truth is simple. Joy doesn't come from obedience. It comes from freedom to express. And if we let them, they'll show us how simple happiness can be. 4. Stress routine and security, the calm that builds confidence. Dogs don't speak, but they do repeat. They wake up the same way, wait by the door at the same time, pause at the same tree. Because for them, comfort isn't in surprises, it's in rhythm. Routine gives dogs a sense of the world they can count on. Scientists found that when dogs have consistent schedules, they show fewer signs of anxiety, especially when alone. Structure doesn't make them bored. It makes them feel safe. And from safety, happiness begins to grow. Stress shows up quietly in dogs. It's not always barking or pacing. Sometimes it's sleeping too much, licking the same spot, or just that heavy sigh. And one of the most powerful tools we have against it is sound. Researchers discovered that classical music helps dogs sleep deeper, bark less, and breathe more slowly. Heavy metal makes them anxious. Silence makes them alert. But gentle strings, soft piano. It tells their nervous system, you can rest now. So next time you leave home, try leaving music behind. Not for the house, but for the heart that waits in it. A crate is not a punishment. It's not a cage. At least, it shouldn't be. Done right, it's a den. A soft, enclosed space where your dog can retreat, decompress, and breathe. Dogs are den animals by nature. They love corners, small spaces, quiet hideaways. So if you make the crate cozy, with a soft bed, a toy, and no stress, it becomes a refuge, a reset button. But here's the golden rule. Never send them there as a consequence. If the crate is connected with fear, it will never feel like safety again. Saying goodbye matters more than most people think. Not just that you leave, but how you leave. Studies show that when owners pause for just 1 minute before leaving, petting their dog, speaking gently, their dogs show lower heart rates while alone. It's not about guilt. It's about clarity. To a dog, a proper goodbye says, "I know I'm going, but I'm coming back." Even if your goodbye is simple, one deep breath, one hand on their chest, one warm word, it helps them carry your calm into the silence you leave behind. Let's talk about scent. Not perfume, not essential oils, just cleaning products. Many floor cleaners contain harsh chemicals that don't just smell strong to us, they overwhelm your dog's supersensitive nose. Even worse residue can stick to paws, causing irritation, or worse, illness if licked. So try switching to pet-safe cleaners. It won't just protect their health. It tells your dog this home is for you, too. Sometimes love smells like less. And one more thing. Dogs don't just need you to remove stress. They need somewhere to put it. Routine walks, predictable feeding times, a cozy crate, soft music, gentle greetings. All these things tell their body what comes next, and what doesn't need to be feared. Because when a dog doesn't have to stay alert, they finally get to just be. Still think routine is boring. Think again. Because for a dog who's been abandoned before, or one who's still not sure if this love is forever, routine isn't repetition, it's reassurance. Routine is a love language, and it speaks louder than any treat. But care isn't just about preventing fear. It's about helping them thrive body, heart, and health. And that's exactly where we're heading next. 5. Health, happiness. Because love shows up in the body. Your dog's joy isn't just in their smile, it's in how they walk, how they sleep, and whether their body feels like a place worth living in. That's why true happiness has to include health. Not just when something goes wrong, but in the quiet, preventive care we offer every day. Brushes, baths, balanced food, gentle touch. They're not chores. They're conversations. And your dog is always listening. Let's start small. Ears. They're often overlooked, but dirty ears don't just smell bad, they itch, hurt, even make your dog anxious. A soft clean with a vet-approved wipe every few weeks can do more than prevent infection. It tells your dog, I care about the places you can't reach. It's a message of love, written in cotton and care. Now, fur. Brushing isn't just for looks. It helps with circulation, removes old hair, spreads natural oils, and more importantly, it feels amazing when done gently. Make brushing a quiet ritual. No rush, no pulling, just your hand, their skin, and a rhythm of calm. Even 5 minutes a day builds something deeper than a shiny coat. It builds trust. Baths less is more. Most dogs only need a bath every 3 to 4 months, unless they're muddy or have skin issues. Bathing too often strips their natural oils, leading to itchiness, dryness, and even overcompensation. That dog smell people complain about? Often it's not the dog, but the stress on their skin. So go easy. Use mild pet-safe shampoos unscented if possible, because your lavender comfort could be their sensory overload. Sometimes health smells like nothing at all. Weight matters, and not just for looks. Over 50% of dogs in the U.S. are overweight, and it leads to arthritis, diabetes, joint pain, and shorter lifespans. More importantly, it dulls their joy. That bounce when you walk through the door, it fades under too much weight. That stretch after a nap becomes a groan. So, measure meals, choose quality food, skip the table scraps, and give them the gift of movement. Because a fit dog is a free dog. Speaking of movement, don't forget the joints, especially in senior dogs. Regular walks, gentle play, and low-impact exercise like swimming or walking on soft surfaces keep their bodies limber, their minds alert, and their hearts open. Massage helps too, especially along the hips, shoulders, and spine. It's not about fixing pain, it's about showing up where it hurts most. Because when you care for the sore spots, they learn they're safe even in weakness. Dental health. One most people miss. Small dogs in particular suffer from silent dental decay, leading to pain infection and even organ issues. Brushing a few times a week with dog-safe toothpaste can prevent years of hidden suffering. Yes, it might be awkward at first, but over time, it becomes routine, and your dog learns. You care about the parts of me I can't even see. That's love, deep, inconvenient, and healing. So next time you're brushing fur, wiping ears, checking teeth, don't think of it as maintenance. Think of it as memory, as touch that speaks where words can't reach. Happy dogs are healthy dogs, not just in joy, but in every joint, breath, and heartbeat. And now, just like I promised, let me tell you about one moment, one quiet moment that changed how I see dogs forever. A few years ago, I adopted an older dog from a local rescue. She didn't bark, didn't play, didn't even look me in the eye. She just watched from corners, from doorways, like she was waiting for the next goodbye. I didn't know what to do, so I did the simplest thing. I sat beside her every day. No commands, no tricks, just presence. And then one evening, as I sat on the floor reading, she walked over, placed her head on my chest, and sighed. Not a loud sigh, just a soft, shaky exhale like her body was finally setting something down. That was the moment, the one I promised you. Not a trick, not a milestone, just trust quiet and complete. So now I want to hear from you. What's one quiet thing your dog does that tells you they're truly happy? Is it how they sit by the door when you come home? The way they press into your side without asking? Or maybe just how they breathe? When they know they're safe, drop it in the comments below. Your story might be exactly what another dog lover needs to hear today. And if this video made you see your dog a little differently, helped you feel more connected, or even just made you smile, consider subscribing. We make videos just like this, gentle, honest, full of love and science every week. For people who believe that caring for a dog is one of life's greatest privileges. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being the kind of person who listens to what dogs can't say. And remember, they don't need perfect. They just need you.